This podcast may contain adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome back to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I'm the host.
Did you start recording?
I'm the host, producer, technical editor, and the guy who makes sure everything's going. Me.
Oh, I was just checking.
Really?
I've got my hands tied.
You
here.
do. You do.
So, and I'm Mrs. Always Right.
And we're coming to you from that little trailer park on Tiki Island, or in Tiki Island, on Tiki. It would be on Tiki Island.
In Tiki Island.
In Tiki Island. Is
Maybe.
Tiki Island big enough for a trailer park?
Maybe because there's like 1,100 people here.
You gotta live in something.
And it's a village in Galveston County.
Village.
A village.
It's the first time I've ever heard the term village used in Texas.
Really?
Yes. Now, I don't know if you know or not, but I spent some time in other states.
Oh, I thought you were going to say jail for a minute.
Well,
I'm just
I
saying.
have. Okay.
Okay.
I've spent some time in jail, but I've also spent some time in other states.
Okay.
Now, Illinois is a state I lived in less
Mhm.
than a year.
Okay.
I was not fond of. I lived in
The
Chicago. The city. I was
Oh,
not
okay.
fond of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
I hear Southern Illinois, more rural Illinois, is a lot better. So I don't want to, badmouth or talk bad about stuff I don't know. All I can do is reference
Since
Chicago.
when?
Bitch, shut up. All I can do is reference the place in Illinois I lived, which
Uh-huh.
was Chicago, and I hated it.
Okay.
With that being said, that's the only place I ever heard of cities called townships or villages. They don't use town or city or anything like that.
Huh. I want to say that I heard like Arkansas has villages in
It's possible.
so. Huh. Okay.
Illinois is also a place where not only do you have to pay federal tax, you have to pay a state income tax,
But don't you get all that stuff back?
but you have to pay a county income tax, and you have to pay a city or whatever township village income tax.
What?
Yes, they tax the fuck out
But
of you.
you don't pay taxes on stuff that you buy, correct?
The hell you don't.
Oh, you do?
They got a sales tax too. It's not the 8% it is here in Texas. It's like 3,
Uh-huh.
but that's because they tax everything you work for.
Wow.
That is the most taxed place I've ever lived. Missouri is a very nice state.
Mm-hmm.
Still tax the fuck out of you.
Wow.
And I don't remember Pennsylvania that much, but I'm sure they taxed the fuck out of us there too.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I don't know. The only taxes I paid was cleaning the driveway, making coffee,
Damn straight.
and heating the seats in the work truck. That's about all I did.
And we appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
I see you got your hands full because we decided
do.
typically we do the podcast. We don't let the animals in here. And this is why.
Well, first of all, last I seen him, he was like recharging on the couch. His little
He
head
snuck his
down.
fat ass in here, didn't he?
He did. And I don't know when, because when I first came in, I shut the door and you asked me to go out and get the extra set of headphones.
Right.
And I went out. When I did, I shut the door and I come back and I shut the door again. So
He's magic.
Yeah. I guess he came through the crack or something. I don't even know.
I know we hadn't had him on the show in a while, and I don't know if we had him on in video, but we'd like to introduce you to
This is Bob.
it's Fat Bob.
Fat Bob. Yes.
He
Fat
was
Bob.
named after Robert Paulson on Fight Club.
Yes.
And we did not pick him, he picked us. Actually, his
Well,
ex-owners picked us.
yeah.
But wouldn't
So
have
we
it any other way.
kind of picked him too.
No, we didn't.
no.
Where's he trying to go? This is why he
I
can't
know.
be here.
That's
I
why
got
I'm trying
too
to
much-
keep him here.
I got too much here. You need your computer for whatever you need it for, and then
Oh,
you
I
can
don't-
typically shut it.
Here, yeah. Let me shut it because I'm done. I'm done
Okay,
with the computer.
okay.
Maybe he just didn't like what it was on. I don't know. Porn again, Mom. Jeez. No, I don't know.
Cat porn.
Cat porn.
Why is there a bald cat?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
Cat
is cat porn? funny?
Yeah, cat porn. I mean, what would be?
I knew we'd eventually get along.
What would cat porn be? Would cat porn be them watching birds or fish on the screen or other cats?
Cat porn would be him watching other cats have sex.
Porn doesn't have to be about sex, does it? Or I guess it does.
The word pornography
Okay.
specifically, I think, relates to
Yeah, okay.
sexual deviant behavior.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Do you want to try to put him on the bed or something? He's going to jump right back on the table.
I know.
He's trying to, I don't know where I know where he's actually trying to go.
He wants to go over there and see what
he
you
does,
got going
but
on.
he can't.
I know.
I mean, if he doesn't want to stay right there, then we're going to have to put him out.
No, I think he will.
Okay.
Maybe, I guess.
Also, our next episode, we have a treat coming up. I think we talked about it last week.
Yeah, and I feel it might really be a treat, but
It is for you. It's not going to be for me.
Why?
I'm
Why?
not looking forward to it.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, come on. That's your parents.
It is my parents, but
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I feel that they have a lot of insight, maybe not even insight, but a lot of something that they could share, something to say.
okay.
I feel
I only want to go through with this on one condition.
what?
That as much as I would really look forward to it and really want her to be on the podcast,
My mom?
I do.
Why?
I just do.
Why?
Because that'd be great.
Why would that be great? I was a very boring kid, so she can't really.
It's not for stories about you.
It's just stories.
No,
Stories about you.
I want to dive in. I would love to dive into why she actually doesn't like me.
You know what? Deep down, she probably does like you, but now
No, she don't.
she feels she's committed to not liking
So
you.
she's gotta
So she just has to stay with it. That's what I think. Maybe. I mean, I don't know for sure, but
I also in the future coming up, I would like to get all the kids are married now.
yes.
I would like to get all the kids and their spouses on. We got set up for 4. We got set up for we have the setup.
Now
can
we
set
do.
up for
Now
4.
we do. Yes.
I would love to get them all on.
Yes. I think
We
that
need
would
to
be
schedule
fun.
that.
And not only do all of our kids have spouses, which we have 5 of, but now we have 2 grandkids that have spouses.
Whew. That's awkward.
I know.
Yesterday was my birthday.
It was.
And-
Happy
and we-
belated birthday.
Thank you. We've already given out my passcode last week, so it don't matter now. Password to everything. Everything.
Right.
And 40
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Next year it'll be 50.
No, the fuck it won't. No.
Yes.
I was told at work that I looked 54. Hey, you're going to be 54. No, motherfucker, no.
Were they? I think they were just saying that.
Maybe. Awfully brave coming from a 65-year-old guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, Bobby, what's wrong?
See,
with
this
you?
is why.
Hang on. He might just be going to the middle. If he doesn't just stay in. If he doesn't just stay in the middle.
He's not going to.
If he doesn't stay in the middle, then I will put him out.
Okay.
Okay.
I just got too much going on to have
I
him up in
know,
my
I
business.
know.
It's-
Maybe he wants your beer.
Maybe.
I mean,
It's not that I have a problem with him. He just don't care where he steps.
he doesn't. He'll be stepping all over everything.
Yeah.
Here, come here. Let's find you some.
I
cat
need you to
porn.
keep that down.
Oh, okay.
Because once I color correct, then the
Yes.
light, you put that light on and it just,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Here. Come here, Bobby. Come here, Bobby. He thinks he's the king of.
I don't think people
It.
have tuned in to hear you talk to the cat.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I do
Oh.
have a story to tell.
Story time.
Story time.
What you got?
Okay, so our 1, 2, 3, 4th grandson. Actually, would it be 4th both ways? No, it'd be 3rd this way, 4th this way.
I
Or
have
4th
no idea.
grandkid. I don't even know. Anyway, so one of our grandchildren, actually, 2 of our grandchildren are in school and they're out Thanksgiving week, it turns out that all the kids are like out the whole week for Thanksgiving.
That's a ripoff. I had to go to school Monday,
I did-
Tuesday, and Wednesday.
I did too.
We didn't have all this. You just take all the time you want shit.
Exactly. So anyway, but two of them weren't feeling very well. They went to the doctor, and it turns out both of them had ear infections.
What is he eyeballing?
He's eyeballing your beer.
He's eyeballing. Oh, he's watching the lights on
Okay. He's
on
like,
the meter.
fuck y'all. I'm out of
Good.
here.
Take your
Good.
fat ass on.
on. Okay. Good for
He
him.
didn't leave a crater in the floor when he jumped, did he?
No.
So 2 of the grandkids weren't feeling good.
Weren't feeling good. They go to the doctor. Ends up that they have ear infections. Well, a couple of days later, one of them went to the nurse at school and wasn't feeling very well. They ended up doing a strep test on him, and he ended up with strep. Well, his older brother, who's just older by a couple of years or so, wasn't feeling well, went to the nurse same day, and she's like, they called his mom, and she's like, okay, well, can you, go the rest of the day of school? And he's like, yeah, I can do that. No problem. So he makes it. He comes home from school that day, and he's, Mom, I feel like there's a bean in my ear. And she's like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah. She said, do you have something in your ear? He's like, no, but I just feel that something's in there. And she said, well, it's because you have this ear infection. Of course, your ears are kind of swollen, and that's what you're feeling. But to humor him, she's going to look in his ear.
I'm guessing that he knew something she didn't know.
He did know something she didn't know, because it felt like he had a bean in his ear, because he had a pinto bean in his ear. Actually, let me he has a
He still
pinto
has it.
bean in his ear. Yes. So she ends up taking him to the emergency room, and there they try to get it out.
Wait. I'm trying to walk through this scenario. I'm going to the emergency room with my child.
Because they can't get the bean out of his
Can I
ear.
finish what I was saying?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to the emergency room with my child.
Yes.
I walk in.
Uh-huh.
I look at the nurse or whoever's doing the admitting.
Right.
And I tell her my child has a bean in his ear.
I'm sure it's happened before. I'm just
sure.
assuming that it has. Crayons, beans.
Let's leave crayons out of it.
Okay. We'll go there, I
All
guess.
right, maybe.
But so anyway, so she goes to the emergency room, and they try to get it out. And by this time, they're messing with it. And he's already got the ear infection, which his ears are very touchy and red and irritated and swollen and stuff anyway. So he's very, very upset. Well, they end up sedating him and trying to get this bean out.
Did they use heroin?
To sedate him?
That's what I sedate myself with.
Oh, I thought it was cocaine.
Around here, it's on the same level.
Okay, got you. So they could not get the bean out. So they made an emergency referral to a pediatric ENT, ear, nose, throat.
Thank you for those of us who are not medically inclined.
Okay. So, and this was for the next day.
It's not much of an emergency if it's the next day.
Well, I mean, this was 11 o'clock at night.
An emergency means I'm coming to your house right the fuck now.
Well, an emergency means you're going to get me in pretty much as soon as you open up.
Okay.
I'm not going to have to wait a week or whatever.
I thought that was just expedited.
Okay, expedited. But
there we go. Thank you for the correct terminology.
Oh, okay. But that's not what they said. So anyway, so they end up going to the pediatric ENT, and I said, the funny thing is, I mean, they've probably seen this more than once in their lifetime. They are pediatric people, right? And we know that pediatric are smaller kids, and they...
Is that what pediatric means? I'm kidding.
Are you being a smart ass?
Yes. For all the sarcasm you gave me last week.
When did I give you... I never give you...
Cats are nocturnal?
Oh, I was going to look that up
Oh,
too.
well,
Thank
we
you.
can. Okay.
And I'm going to.
You do that.
I will. Not right now because I'm in the
Finish
middle
your
of the
ENT
story.
story.
Okay, so I'm thinking so they've seen this a time or two. They should be able to get it out, right? He goes to the ENT and no, they can't get it out. So they give her a prescription for some drops to help with the swelling and stuff because he has this ear infection, to help the swelling go down, and schedule him for the following week, which is next week, right before Thanksgiving. They call her a couple of days later and tell her, okay, instead of this doctor that you've seen, the medical director actually
What?
is going to see him the day before and try to get this out. And if the bean doesn't come out when they try to get it out, they're going to have to take him to the OR to get this thing out of his ear. I bet the little bean shit don't be putting shit in his ear anymore.
Where did he get the bean?
Okay, I'm just assuming he got it. I know he got it from school, but I'm just assuming they were working on some kind of math or something like that. So they're counting with beans or whatever because they're in second grade.
Bet they don't do that anymore.
I bet they take up all the beans and no longer allow kids to have beans.
That one kid that ruins it for everybody.
It for everybody. Yes.
No more beans, thanks.
So now we have a bean sprout for a grandson.
You have to start doing it like prison and I'm issuing you 5 beans. I'm going to need 5 beans back.
Don't eat them. Don't put them in your nose. Don't put them in your ear. Don't try to put them in your eyeball.
Are they kind of fucking with him? Talking about he's gonna have like a bean sprout growing out of his ear.
I don't know. I was thinking to myself, please don't let this boy take a shower and get water in his ear because when you're a kid, when you're a kid, you put a little bean in a dirt and you water it and it starts sprouting.
Right.
How long does it take to do that? Because he's only got a week.
Guess we're fixing to figure that. Maybe though, and hear me out on this. Maybe it sprouts. Okay.
And pushes
it comes out of his ear.
And then you
just grab it and pull it out.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Matter of fact, I'd be trying to get the thing to sprout.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, maybe the eardrops that he's having to put in his ears.
It's fertilizer.
Maybe it's fertilizer. It's going to grow.
It's going to grow.
But it's real funny because she said at first she could see the bean, but now with them messing with it so much, it's gone inside and it's pretty much right up next to his eardrum, and you can no longer see it outside of, his little ear hole or whatever.
You such a little ear hole.
I know. Bean sprout.
It's the show's trademark. Just stop.
Okay. And so you had a story?
I'd never said that.
No, but I think because we're talking about things that kids do, I feel that you should have a story.
I never experimented on myself.
I
had a little sister.
That's just mean. That's mean right there.
Mean, funny, same level around here on that one too, okay?
No, I'm sure it was mean to her, but funny to you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're speaking the same language.
Wow, that's mean.
I can't remember what age she was, but we had the jumbo crayons.
Now, what's the age difference between you and her?
4 years, I think.
4 years?
I think.
Okay.
Roughly. Yeah, 4 years.
Okay.
4 years and some change.
Okay.
And we were playing with these jumbo crayons, okay? And it broke or was down to a nub, or so you know how crayons get.
Right.
And I told her I bet they'd fit up her nose.
No, you did not.
I did, and they did too.
Oh God!
And then we couldn't get them out. And my mom.
Now did you put one on each side?
Of course I did.
No, you didn't.
There's 2 nostrils. Why wouldn't it hold 2 crayons?
No.
Yes.
Little kids are nose breathers. They're not mouth breathers. They're not mouth. Have you ever noticed, like, when little kids get congested and stuff, they can't hardly breathe, because they're nose breathers.
Okay.
They haven't figured out the whole mouth thing
Babe,
like we do.
babe,
What?
I was 8. Okay. I wasn't a doctor or anything yet. Okay. I don't even think I had my first science class.
Okay, but
all
my God.
I knew was she was there, and that's my first science experimentation
Okay.
was seeing if jumbo crayons fit up the nostrils of my little sister.
So now I know where the grandson gets it from, because
What?
he is 8 and in 2nd grade and put the bean in his ear.
No, he didn't get it from that. He should have put it up another kid's ear, not his. I would have looked at it. I'd been like, Johnny, come here.
Okay.
You
I
see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
I don't understand. And maybe it's the same train of thought. You're sitting there, you're doing math, and you got, hey, if I have 5 beans and take away 2, I have 3. But now I have 2 extra beans.
What am I going to do with them?
My ear and this bean
Look a lot alike.
you can't see your own ear. How do you know?
Well, I mean, you look at the bean and maybe you go, I bet this is about the size of my ear hole.
One way to find out.
Exactly. You
The way
put
you
it
say
in there.
ear hole is so sexy.
Really?
Yeah, you're like my ear hole.
My ear hole.
You never fucked with your brother?
I mean, I did, but not to the point that I hurt him or tried to suffocate him
Didn't
or anything
try.
like that.
I
I
didn't
just told
try
him
to
that
suffocate
the blip,
her.
Yeah, you did.
No, I
Putting
didn't.
crayons up her nose.
Intent matters. The intent was not to kill her. The intent was to see if we could smuggle jumbo crayons through Border Patrol.
And were you able to?
No, my mom beat me to getting them out.
Wow. So
'Cause-
your
because
mom
I-
ended up getting
Yeah, because
them
I
out?
couldn't.
That's
get 'em
probably
out.
because you had little fat fingers.
I didn't have the skill set to use tweezers or whatever she did.
Right.
All I know,
right.
my sister fucking hated life while she was digging those things out.
Oh, I bet. So when you put them up there, could you still see them in her
Of
nose?
course you could.
Or
They weren't hanging
you
out.
really
I had
had
to jam them
look?
up. I had to jam them up in there so they were hid.
Oh my God.
I didn't want my mom to see them. That's the whole point of hiding shit up her nose.
Oh my God. You're a terrible, terrible brother.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not.
Wow. You're just
I mean,
a terrible
I've done
brother.
some stuff. Looking back, I want to say I regret them, but I don't.
Really? I
I mean-
mean,
Yeah, is that bad?
yeah, I think that is bad. That you don't regret doing
I made her
things.
tough. She's tough.
I mean,
Bet she could take a crayon up the nose now and not even bat a fucking eye. Oh, you want to see? Damn, jam that fucking jumbo crayon right up
You're
there.
probably right. But,
Probably right.
But you were really a
It was,
mean
it
brother.
was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what if one of your kids would have done that to the other one?
I mean, you can technically, as a parent, you can secretly laugh. You still got to get on to them.
Right.
But then you go in the room and you'd be like, you see that shit? That shit was fucking awesome.
But you don't tell the kids that you,
You
thought it
cannot
was
tell the kids.
awesome.
You can't.
No. I wonder
had
if
no
they're going
parental-
to give.
We had no parental guidance growing up.
I mean,
I say
don't know.
we. When I say we, I mean me and my sister had no parental guidance growing up.
your
None.
mom was home. I know.
No,
Sometimes.
no.
Yeah.
And when she was, ask her tomorrow. Ask her where she hid.
You know
We
why?
had
Because you were
Babe.
a fucking baby kid.
I was bad. You're
You
right.
were a bad
no, I'm
kid.
not arguing
Nobody
that.
wanted to be around you. I'm surprised your sister even was around you.
You see, we haven't talked in years, right? I mean, and you see me sitting here wondering why? No, I have a pretty good fucking idea why.
Yeah, because you were a shit.
Of course I was, still am.
Yeah, ain't nothing changed
But
except your address.
those are memories you'll never have unless you torture somebody.
Wow. Yeah, and that technically I think would be considered torture. I don't think What I
Oops.
did was torture to my little brother.
Mental,
even though it
mental and physical is still torture.
Yeah, I guess.
You had that
it
dude
really
so
was.
scared of fucking blimps
I did.
that he's running and hiding under shit. That's fuck.
Now,
That's
he would go
fucked
back
up.
in the house crying
Hey,
every
at
time
least-
the blimp comes
At least you could dig the fucking crayons out of your nose, okay? You'll never get that fucking memory. He'll never get that memory out of his head.
I don't know. He
bet
probably
you he
doesn't
still
remember
looks-
it now.
I bet you he
Nah.
looks at a blimp now and still goes back and has fucking PTSD from it.
I doubt it.
I bet.
doubt it. I guess I probably should call him or something. I hadn't talked to him in a while either.
Are you going to apologize?
Apologize for what?
For the blimp.
No.
Why? Oh, so apparently you don't care either.
It was not
So you don't regret that?
harmful.
Yeah, it meant just because you can't see the scars doesn't mean they're not there. Okay?
Okay.
So
No.
I expect you to apologize.
No.
I want you to write it out.
No. I've been
Dear-
it 500 times on the board.
Dear brother, I am sorry. Excuse me. Oh, no, he's not the SOB.
No.
Dear brother, loving brother, caring brother.
Little brother.
Same thing. Right here, it's on the same level. I truly and deeply, with all the feelings I have left, which ain't a lot, truly regret
Yeah.
torturing you mentally.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Signed, your dear, loving sister.
I do love him because he is my brother.
Okay, so
But-
you have conditions on it then. You wouldn't love him if he wasn't your brother?
I mean, I probably wouldn't love him like my brother if he wasn't my brother.
You don't know that.
I mean, that's true because I have two male figures that I consider my brothers that are not biologically my brothers.
Who do you like better? Oh, who's on the spot now?
What do you mean? Who do I like better?
You're
Out of my brothers?
yeah, do you have a favorite?
No.
Did you have a favorite kid?
No.
No.
We are not allowed to have favorite kids. We are not allowed to have favorite grandkids. I love all of them the same.
I am glad now. Right? I am glad now that I have another little nickname for his brother, because his brother's my husky buddy, right?
Yes.
And
he is.
and he's a bigger kid.
He is a bigger
Right?
kid.
I just want him.
And his
I want him
brother's
to
a
own
bigger
it.
kid.
I just want him to own it. I don't want him going through school ever worried about his size and these kids. If these kids come at him, I want him to be like, yeah, what of it? I'm bigger and I'm badder and I'll whoop your ass. That's how I want him to be.
Yeah.
He's my
yeah.
husky buddy.
You
And now
know,
I got my bean sprout.
it was funny because your little husky buddy at first was okay with it briefly. And then,
No, he wasn't okay when we started with it.
no, at first he was, but it didn't
Oh.
last very long. And then I feel maybe he got a complex from it and then he didn't like it. But then you've explained it to him time after time.
Right.
So I think that he's okay with it now because I want to say last time you seen them, he did say, I am your husky buddy.
He did.
So he's okay with it
And his
now.
dad said something to me about it.
His dad thought maybe you were.
I am not being mean.
No,
I
I
love that. I
know.
love those kids.
I know.
And I'm not
I
being
know.
mean. Truly though, what I know is I know how other kids can be.
Oh, kids
And
are
when
the worst.
when they sense weakness, it's blood in the water.
yes.
Okay? I don't want him to have feelings about that. I
Uh-huh.
want him to love who he is and everything about, and that he's active. He is active as fuck. That boy runs more than
Oh yeah, he's constantly going.
and he's going to be, if he gets into it, he's going to be a hell of a football player. The boy's going to be a lineman,
Yeah.
you know?
It's funny how their older brother was like that too.
I don't think he was that big.
Well, not when he was younger, but
No.
now he's a bigger guy. You know, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's tall, big, and broad, and, you know.
And,
So-
and speaking of Bean Sprout's dad,
Uh-huh.
I got a call yesterday from your daughter.
Which
from,
one?
From our daughter.
From
From
Bean,
Bean Sprout's mom.
Bean Sprout's mom.
Bean,
okay.
Bean Sprout's mom.
Okay.
And she called and all the kids were on speaker, right?
Uh-huh.
And he asked me, the Bean Sprout asked me how old I was. And I'm like, I bean 49, right? And I was telling his mom, I'm like, yeah, I heard of the joke your husband cracked, and it kind of upset you. She's like, you're on speaker. I'm like, you didn't tell him? You didn't tell him it upset you? Well, he knows now, right? Hey, what did he say?
Something about being there.
Being there, done that. Oh my God. And she was telling you it was funny, but it pissed her off.
Well, she was mad anyway. She was not in the best of moods, right?
That's the best time. That's the best time to put crayons up her nose.
And so she was not. The following day when I talked to her, she did say, it was funny, because I told her, I said, that shit was funny. And she's like, it was funny. But at the time, I was not in the mood for it. I did not find it funny at all.
That's what happens when you have 3 boys.
Yes. And they're boys to the bone.
To the bone.
To the bone. Yes.
So the plans for tonight
is to kill you.
They're going to try.
Okay.
We're going out to the bar.
Uh-huh.
It is birthday tradition.
Yes.
With this group of friends over the last few years.
Uh-huh.
To start the night sober and end the night dead, right?
Okay, well, I mean, you're not really starting the night sober, though, because you've already been drinking.
Babe, these cans of water don't do shit to me.
Oh, okay. Is that why you drink so many of them?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Well, that, and because when I drink my favorite beer, I blow it up like a blimp. An alien spaceship.
They're gonna get you.
So, yeah, that's the show.
Yep. Gonna go get drunk and hopefully don't die.
So can we have sex before we go?
Are we gonna have sex?
I mean, I would like to.
Well, I guess we
If
should.
we don't do it now, it is, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's late evening.
Okay.
We have a couple hours before we have to go.
Well, we should probably get on that then.
I won't be up to it after tonight.
Hopefully you can walk in, because I think it's supposed to be cold outside, and I'm not carrying your ass in the house.
No, it wasn't last year. It was the last time it was one of the birthdays that we lived in the other house.
Yes.
And we parked on the street. I was naked in the truck. I ended up getting naked in the truck and walked naked from the car.
What are they going to do? And I'm like, well, I can think of a few things. You're going to get arrested. Then you're going to have to get on some kind of registry, and I'm pretty sure it's not for gifts. Just saying. So, but you do you, boo.
I did too, didn't I?
I do not have bail money. Just remember that, okay?
I will try to keep that in mind.
Knowing that I don't have bail money.
I'm trying to think of our neighbors we have now. I think I'm good. I don't think nobody. Matter of fact, Mary's going to call you tomorrow. Be like, guess what I did last night? Blah, 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 blah. If she sees me, I'll be on her camera anyway.
Well,
if I walk naked from your truck to the house,
okay.
Her camera sees our side.
Yes, it does.
She'll catch me on camera.
You don't carry the camera now.
Well, yes. Well, we appreciate you listening. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you want us to interview, you have topics, questions. I say questions. Well, anyway, email us at meandmrsalwaysright@gmail.com. All complaints go to Trevor, the intern.
Yes. And apparently I'm going to try to get better about the whole social media stuff, but you can find us on Facebook, Bob, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Wait.
Yes.
We're missing something.
YouTube.
Oh, and YouTube. I'm like, we're missing something, because normally it's 4, but, we added Twitter.
Help support this podcast by going to Patreon and becoming a member at Patreon/meandmrsalwaysright, where you get pre and post show content right along with unedited episodes. And I'll start putting up pictures of the naked cat. Start
cat
posing,
porn.
Start posing Bob and all these like sexy poses.
He don't sexy pose. Strike a pose.
He's Jabba the Hutt and cats.
You leave that baby alone. All
right, I love you.
I love you too, honey.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye. Knew it was coming.
Bye.